Sorry about that, guys. We had a lot of trouble there, and we apologize. Few situations, the first time to do it the way all across the different platforms like this. So we apologize about all that. Can everybody hear me fine? All right. If that's the biggest problem I have today is getting sound on a live video, I'll be in good shape. So anyhow, we want to thank each and every one of y'all being here with us. The wind is blowing big time here in Central Texas. We got the blowing that rain in that we need here so bad. So I'm sure not going to complain about the rain. So and I appreciate you guys not complaining about it either because we sure do need it. The one thing about it, we've had to move around in different spots, and so you're seeing the natural deal at Bubba and Kim's house here today because you're going to see things happen in the back, maybe dogs running across the yard, may even see a llama run across the yard. But we just thank y'all so much for being here. Did the sound go off again, or can y'all still hear me? All right. Y'all go ahead and bring in your questions. If you got any kind of questions and everything, somebody tell me if y'all can just let me know if you can hear me right quick. Uh, well, that's I'll tell you what, Bobby Herman, God bless you. That's if you got something bad to say, that's all right, son. Just go ahead and get off there. Uh, can y'all hear me? All right. Hey, Mike, how you doing there, buddy? Appreciate you being on here with us today. Somebody asked me a question a while ago about they texted me this morning. They had a cow that had pink eye, and they wanted to know what I did with pink eye. Now, anytime I give you a idea of what I do with cattle, that it's my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a licensed vet, but I tell you kind of what we do at Rutherford Land and Cattle, and I just want to kind of let you know something that what we do. And I'm just going to talk about pink eye, and then we're going to talk about our sponsors right quick. But pink eye, what I do, I shoot some LA 300 inside the eye, and then I go ahead and I doctor those cattle with Exceed, and it seems to work very well for us. You'll have a little stream of that come along every now and then, and so those cattle eat in close quarters around them, everything, and so that's just something that might just help you out a little bit. But I put LA 300 inside the eye, just squirt it just inside the eyelid, and then I give them Exceed. That's just something that we do. I just want to get that out of the way. I told the guy I would make sure I said that first thing, and so there you go, buddy. I hope that helps you out. We want to thank Ag Gear for being one of our sponsors. Ag Gear has been very good to us. Y'all look them up. Go tag them. Go tag somebody and like their page. At the end of the program here, what we're going to do, we're going to give away a $100 gift certificate to Ag Gear. And it's going to be a great time to do that. It's going to be something neat. Man, Ag Gear's got some awesome clothing. And so you guys go make sure you look at their stuff there, what they have. I mean, they do. They got some neat things. Can anybody, let's see, there's somebody here, somebody said today, mastitis meds work. I've used that today. It's kind of funny. Somebody mentioned that today is as a medicine that we use for mastitis. You can get that today at your local feed store and everything, and you squirt that up into teats for mastitis. I've never used it on pink eye, but you know what? I see where that would really work very well. And if you needed to do that, that's some good information there. Hey, Michael Clifton, how you doing, buddy? That's one of my guys here locally here in Fairfield that buys cattle off of you. And William, thank you so much for being on here with us live. Anyhow, but if there's anything else that you guys may have that you want to talk about there about with the coming springtime, the one thing that I have found out that we have to do here locally, here in Central Texas, being this time of year, we got a lot of water in the grass, and the grass may be real good and green. I mean, man, I got some clover nearly waist high over here, in which we have to keep out our bloat blocks and everything for the cattle when that clover is that good. But the one thing that you need to do, you need to make sure you keep out plenty loose mineral. I'm just sitting here on the back of my truck here looking at my bag of Vigortone mineral that I just got through putting out over there yesterday for some cattle. And the reason is you got a lot of water in the grass this time of year. And when you have that much water in the grass, you got to put some kind of mineral in there to help those cattle out because a lot of times it'll just shoot right on through them. And so I highly recommend, I like keeping mineral out year round. I know some people don't like doing that, but me personally, I think it works very well keeping that mineral out for them all year long. And so I hope that helps you out. Guys, if you'll make sure you go over there and look at our new guide that the cattle guide that we have. We've been talking about that cattle guide for quite a while. Now, listen, we have worked tirelessly. My son, which if you ever see Logan Rutherford on here, he has worked tirelessly, and him and his partner, in business that has just they came out and they videoed and they went back to LA and they come back and they videoed again and they did everything that they had to do. And I mean, it's been several months getting all this stuff taken care of, tirelessly hours. And but the neat thing is this right here, what they're going to do, and they have taken this thing and they come up with the idea of offering people a 3-day free of charge, just a trial type, and just see how you like that buyer's guide. It's an awesome guide. It'll help you guys as far as like if you just bought cattle or bought land and you want to buy cattle and you're wanting to move some cattle out there onto your new property and everything. It goes anything from building fence to running water lines to shelters to talking about mineral and from point A and then all the way up to how do you get cattle to the sale barn and how do you actually make money with the cattle. And so I think it'll be a great idea for you. It'll be a great way for you to look at it. We spend a lot of time each and every day answering questions. And guys, that's what we do and that's how we make a living. But one thing I do want you to know is this right here, that this program will take care of a lot of questions. And not only that, it's just like somebody called this morning and asked about pink eye. Our whole point is this right here. We want you to help us write this program. So in other words, every month, these guys are going to come back and we're going to do more filming later on that month. And so whatever questions that you may have, you just go ahead and put those questions up, and then we're going to go right back and answer those questions for you. And then we're going to publish it, put it on there, and then it's going to be just a great thing for you. And then other people, because the thing about it is, if you've got the question, so do other people. And so what you need to understand is this. It'll be something that'll be very, very helpful for you, and I think you'll really enjoy it. And not only that, it's family friendly. And so if you've got young children coming up, guys, it's great to let them just take part in that. Let's see here. Let's see what kind of questions we have here. We've got some people that are talking about reply to some are sold in blocks, but loose mineral is better option. You're exactly right. Here's the reason that's a very good point to bring up right there, Brandon, and I appreciate that. The thing about mineral is this right here. If you buy a cow at a sale barn, and that cow's got, it's got like, if she's a 5-year-old and it's got a C on her side, or maybe a 5X, a lot of times what happened, and the reason that cow's got a C, 5C, excuse me, or a 5X on her, is this right here. She might have been very malnutrition at one time, or she might have had a very a bad mineral problem. And what she did, she went in there and she started biting that block. By biting that block, she broke off a tooth. And if she broke that tooth off, well, then whenever they checked her mouth, they seen she had a chipped tooth, and so they called her a 5C or a 5X. And so it is. Me personally, I like the loose mineral. The reason is they walk up to that sack mineral. If you look behind the camera right here, I got a 50-pound bag of mineral sitting here. But what happens is this: when they go there and they bite that loose mineral, and they just get their a little bit on their muzzle. A lot of times that's all they need, and then they walk off, and they don't have to sit there and just lick until their tongue gets raw before they get enough mineral. So that is that's a very good point that you brought out there, and I appreciate that. Guys, make sure, I know I mentioned it a while ago, but go there and Ag Gear and like their page. Go tag somebody. At the end of this, we're going to give away $100. And the reason we want you to tag, and the reason we want you to get on here, we want you to comment, because it's going to be given to the ones that make the comments here. So, and that's the way we're choosing who wins the $100 gift certificate. We're going to go through through all the ones that have commented here, and then we're going. Of course, the one that used the foul language, we will be taking him out, and he won't get a chance to win. You know what I'm saying? And so, anyhow, you be nice, and then you'll get the chance to win some. I like his comment. I love hearing all of your broadcasts from your pastor preaching. You know, guys, our pastor preaching, the reason we do that pastor preaching is this right here. We just kind of, if you just could look around here, we're just kind of this fits me, if you understand. And I know this kind of atmosphere fits a lot of people just kind of out here in the broad open. And the reason we bring it that way is because you should be able to look at anything in life, whether it's a tree or no matter what it is, to look at anything and everything and kind of get a message about Christ out of it. And so that's the reason we do the pastor preaching, and I appreciate that comment there. That is very nice. Let's see, just purchased 10 from me yesterday. You sure did. And we appreciate those. Appreciate that purchase. Those cattle. Raddick, you're from Henderson, Texas, I believe is where we took those cattle to yesterday. You and you had a partner in on those cattle. Those was the $1,250 heavy bred black cows that we sent you. I hope you like those cattle that we sent you. Let's see. We stopped using LA due to it burning, and now use a mastitis medication from a vet for pink eye. Well, that's a very good idea. You know, if you've got my whole deal is this right here, Amber. If you've got a better way of doing it, because the way I do things now compared to what my dad did 30 years ago, there's just a better ways to doing things. So if you're ever able to find a better way of doing things, man, we've all got to think outside the box. It's kind of like right here in our local area, we've had people talk about, now then there's more people feeding commodities, in which I feed commodities a lot. And the reason people feed so much hay here in Central Texas is because their daddy fed hay, their daddy fed hay, and on and on and on. Everybody fed hay years and years ago. But the thing about it is, when you find a better solution, you better use it. And that's what we do with by feeding commodities. Hay is the most expensive feed that you can ever feed. And so anytime you can find a better medication, anything like that. Let me give you an example. Today, I went over into the pasture this morning. I had a sick calf. This calf was I noticed yesterday, I told Kim, I said, you know what, that calf just he's not really sick, but he just don't quite look right. And so what I did, I went in there and I took him and, being kind of stove up as I am, I had Kim in the buggy, and we kind of just eased up until they got him trapped up into a corner, and I caught it and roped him. And so I had two different kinds of medicines. Now, what I give a little calf like that out in the pasture, just kind of droopy ears and everything, what I do is this right here. I give it a 5 cc's of Baytril that matches up to his weight, and then I follow it up with Betamine. And the reason is that the Baytril is a real fast-acting medicine, but then the Betamine will make him want to get on up and kind of nurse. And so as soon as they get off here in a minute, Kim and I are going to get on the little buggy, and we're going to go back over in the pasture, and we're going to look and see how good he is, because right now he ought to be feeling a lot better. 10, 15, 20 years ago, all we had was LA 300, but now then we've got so many more medications to use, and that's the great thing about nowadays. We have so much medicine that is available, and so anyhow, just kind of let you know that. Let's see here. Now we got some more. Boy, there's a lot of questions coming in here. Thank you guys so much. What kind of mineral tubs do you use feeding this time of year? Well, I tell you, when the grass is as good as it is right now, I don't really use the lick tubs that much. There's nothing wrong with using those lick tubs. I use 30% all-purpose if I'm going to put out a tub. But right now, what I'm doing, I'm using my loose mineral, which is a bigger tone mineral. It does have IGR in it. Now, guys, listen to me. On your IGR, here's the thing about it. It will affect your earthworms. And so, and that's, I just had somebody tell me that, and I didn't even realize it. But like, if you're going organic, you can't use that, and that's just something to think about. And because what it does on the flies, the poop, it makes the flies when they land on it, it makes them where the eggs will be sterile. Now, how that affects it, I have no idea. I just had a lady tell me that it affected her earthworms, and I see where she comes, where I see where it could affect it. So I would just, me personally, if you're looking at something like that, I wouldn't use the one with the IGR in it. But I use the loose minerals. What I use. Let's see. Let's see. Great about. Let's see. We stop using due to the burning of mass. Okay. Now then, I have some more up here that I was going to look at. Let's see. Good mineral program. We went over the difference in the blocks and the loose mineral. And now then, it's kind of like somebody put on. I saw somebody ask me on here about their bulls. Here's something that you need to understand on your bulls. When you've only got like 5 or 10 cows out there, and a lot of times people leave the bulls out year round, and I do understand that. But what you want to make sure of, get that so you don't know you're not getting those summer calves or calves all year long. I've had some local people here tell me this. They said, well, we like it so that we can sell calves all through the year. But the thing about it is, if you've got those calves where they're little bitty, kind of small in the summertime, those calves aren't going to gain near as much weight because of being so hot in the summertime as it would any other time of the year. So on your bulls, I would synchronize them. I would make sure that you hedge all your calves at one time. Me personally, here locally, right here, which I've got cows coming in and going out year round, but we always liked a 90-day calving period. Is what we did when we had a cow calf operation, and here on at Rutherford Landing Cattle, that if we got a set of cows that we're going to put out there and do that, we'll synchronize them out. If you'll notice on our cattle, on our heavy breds, which we always put the cows that are basically 5 to 7 months bred in one package, and then we'll put another set of cows that are 2 to 4 months bred in one package. And the reason we do that is because that makes those cattle, all your cattle are being synchronized into 2 different categories and go from there. If you look at cattle that are on the internet for sale from 2 months to 7 months, all in one package, there they are. Guys, you're in trouble from the get-go. And so the reason you want to make sure that category is down there so your calves are going to be within a 90-day period, and it sure makes it a lot better. Always remember that when you're looking on the internet and you see 2 months to 7 months bred or 2 months to 8 months bred, and they're confirmed bred, I understand that. But at the same time, what you want to do, you want to shrink that down just a little bit, and let the cattle try to match up to the cattle that you have already in your pasture there. Let's see here. What else we got here? I kind of got away from my notes here, and I guess I better get back to them. Remember to go ahead and we're going to get off here in just we're got about 3 more minutes, and then we're going to get off here. But be sure you make a comment on here, because we are going to go ahead and we're going to be giving away that $100 gift certificate from Ag Gear. And guys, listen, I said it a while ago, but Ag Gear has been very good to us, and they're good partners with us, and we sure do appreciate it. We're going to be doing more of these straight across all 3 the platforms. And the reason we want to do it, we want to get the word out. Number one, yes, we sell cattle. We want to sell our guide to help people with the cattle guide. And I think that is cattleguide.net is where you go get that. Remember, there's a 3-day trial. It's free, 3 days, free of charge, to go try it and just see how you like that cattle guide. And because, guys, it's neat. I mean, we didn't shortcut anything whatsoever. We spent a lot of money to get that thing going and to help people. And because, hey, here's the thing about it. Let me talk about this for a minute. On that cattle guide program, there's questions. I get asked questions all the time. I could write a book on the questions that people have asked me, and I never look down on them. I never look down on people that have a question that they just don't know anything about cattle. If there's no such thing as a dumb question. Whether it has to do about a cow or whether it has to do with Jesus Christ, there's never a dumb question. But what I want to do, if I can help you, we can find the answers in the Bible for about Jesus. But I want to make a guide where I can help people whether they've never had a cow before or no matter what they got. But we can go in there and we can help them, and that way you can carry that on for years and years and years, and you can use that for a long time from now to help your children or your grandchildren. It's just something, and you know what? You can use some of it for your if you got a homeschooling class. Hey, by all means, this would be a great homeschooling class for you guys. Let's see here. It says I have my mare with 3 heifers in the same pasture. Pasture. They do well together with loose mineral, long as they don't get to fighting over the. You know what? I've got horses in with loose mineral, and I know they say you're not supposed to do. You put your cows out there or your horses out there with cows, and I can't say do this by all means because I don't want to kill nobody's $30,000-$40,000 horse, but our horses, and we've got some pretty dang good horses here right now. My son he's riding pretty dang good horses, and a Will that works for me, he's got a pretty dang good horse, but a horse needs to be a horse. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with letting them run there together. As long as they don't fight, that's exactly right. Which we don't put up with too many fighting horses or anything like that. Let's see. One question is, no, there's just no dumb questions whatsoever. Let's see here. Trying to get to where you are, sir. Well, let me tell you something. It's kind of funny when somebody says, I'm trying to get to where you are. Let me tell you how, just real quick, I'm going to tell you this one quick little story. I've never told it here, and then we're going to get off here, I guess. Is that right, Logan? One thing what we did is this right here. When we started trading cattle on the internet, we was trading nurse cows. And we started buying 1 cow at a time. Then we went to, I bought 1 cow and 3 bull calves. And I put them on Craigslist. That's back before you couldn't do, that's all we had back then was Craigslist. And I seen that we could sell it, and we kind of went from there. But here's what I want to do, and I want to leave you with this right here. Everybody's got a vision. Everybody's got a purpose. And what you got to do is this right here. Don't try to be like anybody else, but you go to God and you ask God, you ask Jesus Christ, God, what do you have me to do? How can I use, whether you're selling cattle, whether you got a lawn service, whether you're a banker, whether you're a lawyer, no matter what you do in life, you ask God how you can be a blessing to somebody, and how you can overcome and how you can conquer. How can you use that platform? This is nothing but a pulpit. Guys, listen, I've stood behind pulpits on Sunday mornings for many years. And now then, what I do, which I do travel some when I'm invited, but the most important thing is standing right here on the back of an old Ford 1-ton flatbed and looking into a camera, and I reach more people this way. But what you got to do, you ask God how you can reach more people for Him. And you know that it's Him that's doing it. And you seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness. And you watch God show you some great and powerful things. God will bless you. God will bless everything you touch as long as you give Him the praise for it. All right. Now, listen, we're going to go ahead and get off here. I hope that helps you out. Logan's going to be contacting one. I don't see Logan on here, but Logan, are you going to put it into the remarks here, or are you going to just take? I'll tell you what we'll do. When we find the winner, when we determine who the winner is of the $100 Ag Gear certificate, I believe what Logan will do, he'll just go ahead and post it and let them know who the winner is, and I guess we'll go from there. I hope that helped everybody out. Guys, it's 3:33. We said we was going to go. I know we get started just a few minutes late on this program, and so I hope that's okay. And let me just close out in just a word of prayer with you. Father, we just love you and we praise you. Father, I thank you for each person on here right now. Each person on this live video has got Lord, each one of them have a dream and have a vision. And Lord, You said in Habakkuk 2:2 to write it plain that the people may run with the vision. I know I'm kind of paraphrasing that, God. But Lord, I just pray that everybody's vision will be plain and they will not try to make it difficult and they will run and never grow weary. In Jesus' name, amen. God bless each and every one of you guys. We appreciate y'all and we'll see you next time. Y'all have a good day.